they really out-physicaled us early, and I think that we just didn't attack them the way we needed to start the game off. I thought that we let them hang around and didn't execute our offense, weren't real aggressive with the ball, and let them hang around. And I thought that we showed a lot of fight by coming back and taking the lead late, but just kind of dug ourselves too much of a hole. So we just got to be prepared to be able to throw the first punch. We're only as tough as our last game, and only as good as our last game. We're going to have to make sure that we respond. You know, they know that the reason we played those games is for competition and to see where we're at and to get tested. And our kids are resilient, and they'll bounce back. But I think they'll take it and learn from it and only get stronger. Well, I think that certainly ends a season. We break our season up into 3 separate seasons. That ends one for us, and now we got to get back on track for Lone Star. So we didn't play our non-conference games as well as we wanted to. But at the same time, I think we learned from them, and I think we've gotten better from them. So now, you know, we're sitting at 5-0 in conference, and it's a matter of picking up where we left off and continuing to strive for the goals that we've set for ourselves. I think, you know, the fact that we got to play 2 top 25 teams certainly helps us, and we played them both, you know, down to the wire, and probably should have won both of them. But that kind of competition only helps us. So, you know, I don't think that we responded very well the first 3 games we played of the season, but I thought that we did recover from that quite nicely. And I wish that we could have, you know, ended it with a win against Shaw, but we didn't. So we've got to learn from it, and that's only going to help us. I mean, if we don't pick up the pieces from that and figure out where our weaknesses are, then we're not going to get any better. So I think it was a great test for us. Commerce is a lot like Shaw. They're very, very athletic. They rebound the basketball really well. They're big and strong. So actually that Shaw game was really, really good for us right before we play Commerce. And Commerce's record is deceiving because they're 1-9 and could easily be 9-1. You know, we're watching film and trying to figure out how they're 1-9. But they're going to be big. They're going to be physical. They're going to rebound the basketball well. So we're going to have to really crash the boards and attack them offensively and do what we do and not stand back and wait for someone else to do it. I think Joni's playing really well. I think that you know, she gives us a lot of leadership out on the court, and is certainly our stability on defense. I think that she's kind of like our middle linebacker, can direct the defense and sets the tone for us. I think offensively she's getting in a groove and becoming more effective. But it's really nice to have her out there, and I think she's doing a great job.
I feel like we came out pretty flat, and you know, we had moments of greatness during that game, like when we came back pretty much on a 10-0 run. But you know, you can't come out in the first half and not play defense and expect to win, and then come out in the second half and expect to play a whole game and win. So. Well, I feel like they're a lot like Shaw in the fact that they're very athletic and they can get to the rim. They drive middle a lot and they have a good high-low. They're a really good post-oriented team too, and so if we just come out like we did in the second half with Shaw, I feel like we're going to have a little better advantage. But they are a very athletic team. You know, it's really important. You know, I believe we're 5-0 in conference, right? Yeah, and you know, we're in the top contender right now, and coming off a loss, you know, if you just learn from your mistakes, it wasn't for nothing, and I think that's just going to help us roll into the next half of conference. And we've got a lot of tough teams that we still haven't played ahead of us, so it's going to be a real challenge for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, they're all, you know, every game from here on out is, you know, they're all weighted very, very heavily, and on both the conference side, in order to try to make the conference tournament, have a chance to get the automatic bid by winning the conference tournament, or just they're all very, very important regional games. You know, and there's a bunch of teams trying to get in the national tournament with the at-large bid. So they're all very, very important right now. And, you know, the other component that's present here is that we're playing right now in the region is as large as it's ever been since I've been coaching here. So there's more teams vying for the same number of spots. I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd characterize it as not much of a test, to be perfectly honest. You know, we had to play really well to establish control of that basketball game. They probably missed some shots that they normally would hit. Hopefully, some of it had to do with our defense. I don't know, but it was a good game for us. I thought we maintained our concentration throughout the game, and played well to beat the team on their home floor. So I was happy with it. I have no idea how to quantify what we learned or didn't learn or what good it did for us. I guess we'll see. But we were playing another team, so that's good. You know, we talk a lot about good shot selection. One of the things even from the Panhandle game that I thought from watching the game was that we played very unselfishly, and that's a good thing. You know, when a team this time of year shares the ball and puts effort into sharing the basketball. So I think, you know, we talk a lot about good shots. You know, and that's a hard thing to tell a young man. You know, you start telling him, you know, because a lot of kids think that every shot they take is a good shot. But we'd like to take high percentage shots, and we'd like to have the right people shooting the ball from the right place at the right time. So, you know, it's a learning process, and it takes time, and I think this team has done a good job, you know, figuring that out. When we play conference games, they are on our side. Every team's really good, and I expect it to be a dogfight. Coach Walker's teams have a tradition and a history of being very well coached, being able to exploit another team's weaknesses. You're correct, their personnel's good, not just their interior personnel, young man you're talking about, but their guards are aggressive in transition. Matter of fact, you know, we better get back or they could beat us by 50 on defense. And it's just it'll be one of those games. It'll be a nail biter and a hard fought game, and we'll have to play good to have a chance to win it.